With each passing year, I try to be better. We try to be better. Success doesn't come so easily. It is not that intelligence is increased by us coming here. No.
Okay.
Intelligence was
It was always there. True.
Some score which were earlier considered as unachievable or unthinkable in Goa. Now students are achieving that. Forget 523. Even 550 will not be getting a seat.
99.94, 0.6% is what he missed. How do you justify this?
Success rate of quota is very less, very small. This year, every second student in GMC will be us.
In the world of competition, what is important is excellence. And when it comes to excellence, it is important to have a good education. Not just any other education or maybe foundation education, but what is required is competitive education. And over the past couple of years, there's one brand name that has stood out very, very strong with Goa and Goans is Stellar Academy. And I'm really privileged to have the founder and the director of Stellar Academy here in Goa, Yogendra Singh Sikarwar. And if I may add, a very good friend of ours, because every time we have a conversation, it is always amazing and enlightening for me. Sir, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to ask you is the kind of warmth that we get whenever we have conversation with you, is this the secret sauce of doing amazing performance with respect to education and also, with the kids?
Actually, I try to be honest whenever I meet somebody. And whatever data we have, whatever strengths we have, I share them positively. And after that, if people like it, then you can say that it is the secret or whatever.
But I think I'll have to agree that, over a course of time, especially your entry here in Goa, and I'm not speaking for pan-India, especially here in Goa, is you have taken on your competition hands down, left, right, and got at the center of all the equations. I think that is a success that you have seen in very short span of time. Is that the trust, or is that the gist or the will to give the best?
There are many things. No doubt it is gist and will also, because with each passing year, I try to be better. We try to be better, and I sit with my team also, with my students also. Let's see, we have achieved this much. Next year we want to be better. Now you decide that what best we can do going forward. So it is not just one person's result. You require efforts and support of all the stakeholders,
correct,
including my staff members, my faculty team, students, parents. So everyone is, need to be taken in that process. They need to give that confidence also that yes, they can do, and then make them work. Then there are many moments of ups and downs also, because success doesn't come so easily. So
very true.
When they are low, motivating them. If somebody is not is capable but not doing the work properly, then sometimes scolding is also needed. So all small ingredients are required for the moving forward or success.
This looks like a more curated approach towards every single individual student based on his or her needs.
Yes.
For a better performance.
Yes. Because see, for any student, when you are teaching in a group, you are teaching a group. But when a student is going to write the exam, it is the student who is going to write the exam.
Doing it.
So if he or she is not paying attention to his or her own studies, then that is not going to help that student. So I always tell them that you are at the driving seat. Be very clear. Sir cannot go and write exam on your behalf. Your parents cannot go and write exam on your behalf.
Correct.
We are at the next seat, conductor seat. We can guide you. That see, this is there, you need to drive this way, you need to do this way. But you, throughout the preparation also, and while writing exam also, because during exam we are not there.
Correct.
Then you are on your own. But while you are preparing, we are sitting next to you and guiding you. Now it is up to you to follow our advice or not. So most of the students follow, but there are some, because they at their age, we can understand. Not everyone is so much focused.
Correct.
So some are not able to do that also.
So I think, if I may rightly say, that you are kind of second parents to every single child that is enrolling at Stellar Academy. And I want to continue with the same question: is your role at Stellar High Secondary School of Excellence. is both the principal as well as the chief mentor.
Yes.
And when you say chief mentor, it's a different principal. We all know the definition,
Right.
as in per se definition.
Right.
But when you say chief mentor, is all these qualities that you have just spoken about.
So all these things we need to communicate to students and parents time to time. If a student is going well, means following the instruction which we are giving, then we don't bother parent much, because student is doing anyway work.
True.
But if we find that student is not following the process or not listening to our instruction, then we bring another stakeholder into picture and we inform parents that, see, our instructions student is not following. You please observe what they are doing at home, and if required, let us sit together and discuss and counsel the student.
So again, sir, before we get into the business part of it in terms of your performance, I really want to ask and let us establish that thing. Every parent likes his or her child to excel, to get the best rank or top the examination. But when I speak of this competitive examination, there are only few students or kids who are aligned to this kind of competitive exams. Point number one. Point number two, it is not something that you enroll and you answer the exam and you are either through or you top or you fail. But it's also the amount of resource and the time that you put with respect towards the final goal of maybe answering a JEE or NEET, and that is the approach that the parents should do this. Obviously, the student should. But again, with respect to your higher secondary school of excellence, it gives you tremendous amount of time,
Yes.
which you spend with the child and understand. And as you rightly said, it is not only the teacher and the student relationship, it is also the parents' feedback also. So this again is a newer concept, having a high secondary or complete a different educational institution. How has been that experience digesting with people? Because I still believe that Goa still needs to do a lot of more things towards competitive examination seriously.
So, as you mentioned, no, that those students who are focused are less. But even in that less, there is growth.
Okay.
Means, suppose when we started 5 years before, the number of students, serious students, let's say were X amount. Now that with each passing year, we are trying to increase that serious number of students.
So, a person who has that aptitude, basic
Yes.
aptitude to answer that exam,
Yes.
that has increased. That is what you're trying to say.
Aptitude is there.
Huh.
What
So the benchmark basically.
mindset?
Huh.
Mindset that I want to do this. See, it is not that intelligence is increased by us coming here. No.
Okay.
Intelligence was
It was
there.
always there.
Intelligence was there. Aspiration was also there. But with intelligence and aspiration, you need to do hard work. You need to go through, ready to go through the grind. So that thing was missing earlier. And you need to, consistently put them in their mind that we need to do hard work. There is no easy way. There is no shortcut. You cannot wake up 1 month before exam and think that I can top the exam or I can get a seat in exams like NEET or JEE. So you have to, study throughout. Consistency is what is needed. And now because they have seen that yes, number is growing, that means they have examples, role models that someone like us
Correct.
from Goa has
From our
already done that,
community, yes.
so we can also do that.
Correct. True.
Some score which were earlier considered as unachievable or unthinkable in Goa. Now students are achieving that. How? Because examples are there. And you need to give those examples again and again and again and make them, bring them back, because 2 years or 1 year is a long period of time.
Correct.
365 days or 365 into 2 is a long time.
If I want to put a benchmark or maybe a timeline on your performance, I just wanted to ask you, when you started, what was the benchmark for NEET? And now maybe for the last 1 year or this year or couple of years, how much, what is the increase that you've seen?
It's a very good question actually. When in 2017.
Correct. That is when you started.
We started in 2018.
Yeah.
So in 2017, the cutoff for NEET or to get a seat in GMC for a general student was 353 marks.
353.
Out of 720. Okay. Last year, the cutoff to get a seat in Goa Medical College out of 720 is 523. And those who are preparing, thinking that at 523 this year they will get a seat, they are going to get a shock of their life. This year cutoff will be much higher as compared to last year.
What is that you are anticipating, sir, if I may ask you
Means
candidly?
students have done really well. Students have done excellent.
So it is definitely going to increase.
Yes.
Not even, forget about coming down, but not even staying at that level of 523.
Forget 523. Even 550 will not be getting a seat.
Damn.
550 will
it
not be
is
getting a
that
seat.
kind
I am
of a
not
competition.
putting a number because then people question that, sir, you
Okay.
are
We'll
saying
wait for
that.
the results, we'll wait
Yes.
for the performance
Yes,
to be
but
evaluated.
even 550 will not be getting a seat because I have seen our numbers. I am not looking at others' number, but at 550, all seats in GMC might get filled by our student also.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
I think what we'll do is we'll have this conversation again
Yes.
once the results are
Yes,
out. I
yes.
think one thing is really nice is you're really confident
Yes.
the way you're speaking, and then that
I
confidence
am
comes from the
confident-
students.
I am confident about my students' hard
Also,
work
yeah.
and those numbers which they are claiming. It is not one student.
Correct.
They are diverse student, and see, one or two students can be bragging also,
Correct.
right? One or two students can sometimes lie also, but a group of students don't lie,
Okay.
and there is no incentive for them to lie.
So I think the rise has been exponential, and one thing I really want to confess here on this show is when I was studying, the benchmark. I mean, obviously getting even a first class was like huge. Distinction, though, you are great. Merit, though, you will have this huge celebration that might happen. And when I say merit, it is always between 90, 95 or something. Your student by name Supash Chodankar, he got JEE ka ranking, a percentile, which is 99.94.
Yes.
Now, how for a person, layman person like me, or even people who are watching it, 99.94, only 0.6% is what he missed. How do you justify this performance? And I'm really, I don't have words, to even further ask you a question after this performance of yours.
See, again, as far as Goa is concerned, he is the Goa topper.
Correct.
But I don't, limit myself with the Goa topper. Why can't our student be the national topper also? And that is the aspiration. See, we have got first position of JEE in Goa. But that is not, satisfying me to, okay, now it is enough. Reason is, there are many students who are above him. And I am not putting pressure on any student.
Correct.
It is about, giving your best.
True.
But to give your best, you have to have that full system. You have to have teachers, you have to have process methodologies, you have to
Correct.
have someone who is guiding you throughout the years, 2 years. So, we want to go even higher. What he has achieved is really commendable, no doubt about
Correct.
it. But we want to go higher. In fact, when he wrote the first phase exam, I told him, this is first phase, now do better in the second phase. And in second phase, he became the overall topper for both phases of the Goa state.
That's really impressive because I really like that even 0.6% is what
0.06.
So 0.06% is what you want to contest and
Yes,
achieve.
yes,
That's really nice because one is the student's potential, the other one is the guidance and obviously nurturing of the parents. But when this three combination, all three combined together, I think the sky is the limit, as we always say, and that is what I think Stellar Academy here in Goa is trying to achieve, uplifting the students'
Right.
value towards education or knowledge, and setting a new benchmark every single year. That's fantastic. Last time when we spoke, sir, we spoke about state toppers like Anand Kerur, who scored AIR 39 for the Indian Statistical Exam,
Yes.
which was again a very niche exam that he opted for, and also Vaishnavi Potekar, who topped HSSC exam. So it's like You are working with the students, and obviously the academy is putting in so much of efforts and trying and getting the best out of the students and putting a great show every year. Looking at this, as you said, there are role models now. Looking at this, how are people responding? First, obviously, the students who are there in your organization now, who are witnessing this change, and also the newer students who are trying to enroll or maybe inquire about this competitive exam in general. How is that approach?
See, first of all, suppose a student is with us. When we tell them that, in the same benches where you are sitting, last year Goa topper was there, then they feel ki it is not a big deal. We are at the right place. See, for any student, the biggest question is, doubt. Whether am I at the right place or not. And that question, hampers their growth. If they are doing something, if they are studying, suppose, let's say 8-10 hours, then also that question comes that whether I am at the right place or not. And if that question remains, no, then your performance goes down drastically.
Correct.
I have seen that. I have seen, because those who have faith on teachers, they perform excellent. Those who don't have faith, or those who try to do, experiments with themselves, then their performance go down. So first and foremost thing is to have that faith that yes, we can achieve. So when they know that last year in the very same benches, there were 10, 20, 30 students who achieved success like this. So that gives them immense confidence, first of all. Second thing is, it is not just one day thing. You
Correct.
need to tell them again and again and again, because most important part is their age group. They are teenagers. They have various kind of distractions also.
Correct.
They have numerous sort of influences also. So we need to, take their mind out of those distractions, other influences, and bring it back to studies. And that we need to do is consistently for 2 years. Handling a teenager, those who have teenagers, they know how difficult it is. And ensuring that they are studying for 2 years, and multiple point of times, if we see them that they are involved in activities which are not helpful for their studies, we counsel them, we guide them. Sometimes we take help of parents also. So what we do basically is, the raw material is student.
Correct.
For us, the raw material is student. Now, how well we are utilizing it, that produces the result. And for any coaching, how to decide whether a coaching is good for them or not. Check the quantity of result. I am not saying just quality. People claim that so and so is topper. Topper's result can be purchased also. Coachings do that. Coachings
the individual is purchased.
Coachings do that. But volume cannot be purchased. And volume is something which, is produced with the real efforts. See, topper can become a topper by his or her own efforts also.
Correct.
Okay. So that is one person's efforts. But when, 20, 25, 30 students from a batch are getting selected. They are getting selected because the process, the teachers, the methodology was really excellent. Otherwise, it is not possible. Not everyone is with that mindset or intelligence, but even in that environment, they got the flame. Even in presence of unlit candles, lit candles, unlit candles get lit. So that's how it works.
Correct. I really want to ask you, and this, I don't know, people would like me to question this particular thing, is we hear a lot of stories from Kota, and which are not great. Obviously, there is success and there is also failure, and the failure, the result of the failure is something which is impacting obviously the student at that particular moment, and also the parents and the families, students committing suicide. How do you see Goa, and more importantly Stellar Academy, different from maybe your peers at Kota?
See, first of all, I am from Rajasthan. I have worked in Jaipur, I have worked in Kota. I have studied there also when I was preparing for my own competitive exam long back, because there were no coachings at the point of time. Only Kota was there. And now the scenario has changed entirely. It has become a commercial city. If you have a house or hall this big, they will partition it into 10 parts and make small blocks. One charpai is there, one cupboard is there, and that is your room. for full year, 1 year, 2 years. So basically in Kota, everything has become commercialized. Everyone wants to get money from the student. Other negative influences are very high. Drugs is rampant, seriously. And when student is away from you, you have no control what they are doing there. And that's why such stories are coming, that students are committing suicide and all that. Because if you pay attention to students, if you are observing what they are doing, at any point of time you can identify that student is going off the track.
Correct.
But if in a batch of 400, 500 students, somebody is
Correct.
not even paying attention, not even coming to your class,
You
you
don't even
won't be able
realize.
to identify
Yeah.
that such a such student is absent for 15 days. So success rate of Kota is very less, very small. If you see in percentage term, it is not even 1%.
So if I may say it, Kota is a factory.
It affects.
I still say, your approach is towards an academy and
Yes.
inclusive education that you want to do at
We
Stellar.
treat student as a student. We, as you said, no, we are extended parents for them. So for us, if any student is with us, we take care of that. And provided sometimes they need to come to approach us also. If they become, put a coat on themselves, put a wrapper on themselves, and they don't want to share, then we find ourselves in a difficult position. So we need support of parents also. We need support of students also. And if this support is there, then we can, enhance the performance of student by a large extent.
So I really want to ask you is, in your existence from 2018 till today, you have said that the NET benchmark used to be 323. It has gone to now around 500 plus, and whatever is there today will not remain. It obviously will escalate. This is the performance of the student. This is the performance of your academy over these years. How are you looking forward?
What I tell,
I mean, in the long run, that is.
That's what I'm saying. I tell my students that you get scores which are as par with all India level, all India quota. And when you get into that, right now you are struggling only for the seats which are of Goa quota in GMC, right? Once you enter in that arena, you are, swimming in a small pool. But once you get into that, then entire ocean is yours. You get admission in any of the medical college which you want when your score is higher. Then
you
you don't
choose a better institution or
better
whichever.
also, and at the same time then there will be no insecurity.
Options
No
will be.
insecurity that whether I'll be getting a seat or not. You have all the colleges, thousands of seats are there, more than 20,000 seats are there of MBBS, which they can opt for. Once their level is at all India level.
So I really like that approach, but my last question to you, I'm running short of time, is recently on 5th of May your medical NEET exam happened.
Yes.
This is something that you are looking forward to. Are your teams or your students fingers crossed, or are you that confident of achieving another benchmark, setting up new records within yourself?
I'll be, whatever now I am going to say, it has to be checked with the actual performance, which will be coming after the NEET exam. But what we have observed through our students, and we have identified that what other people are doing, other coachings are doing. So most likely the Goa topper will be us in NEET. And second thing is the total number of students who are getting above 600. Our number will be highest, and most likely will be higher than the other coachings put together.
If I really want to put a number,
and one thing which I can tell you very confidently, this year every second student in GMC will be ours. Every second student.
That's quite a confidence. I think I would like to end up on that note, but with a promise that sir will be here in the studio. If not, then I will hunt for him.
Yes.
Post the results are out. I will go to him, I will catch up with him, and whatever is promised, whether it is NET Goa topper or student scoring 600.
I have confidence on my student. Seriously. They have worked really hard.
I think on that note, I want to end this program. It's really fantastic. I have been witness to this journey of Stellar Academy over a course of time. I have seen them, and that's the reason I say for a lot of people, Yogendra ji is a chief mentor, principal. He's the founder. He's the director of Stellar Academy. But I think for me, he's a really good friend, and this relationship has cherished over a course of time. And every time, as I rightly said, every time I sit with sir, it's a different enlightenment altogether, which opens up a new era. And now that I have already promised that we will catch up very soon once the results are out. Yogendra ji, it was pleasure as always to have you in the studio. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.